I've had several successful clients who've applied under the Innovator Founder Visa recently, and I wanted to share a tip with you about structured planning. So in other words, you've got to show that you know exactly what you're going to do in some milestones that are set out over the visa term. And one way of doing that is with a Gantt chart like this, which visualizes the tasks that you intend to accomplish and exactly the time periods over which you're going to be completing them. And there's a big difference between just having a list of the things you want to do and setting it out in this way. It's much more compelling like this. And there's a great plugin for Jira, which is the free project management tool that you can use. There are other paid ones like Monday.com and others, but Jira has been used by many of my clients. And there is a Gantt chart plugin offered by Atlassian. And yeah, you can check that out. It's not the only Gantt chart tool available, but I highly recommend having a look at that if you're applying for the Innovator Founder Visa. And now, not all of my clients are software developers necessarily. Some of them will have a team or they'll be using a contractor. It may be that you're doing things yourself on a low-code or no-code tool, which is increasingly the trend, where just as with websites, historically you'd have to get a developer to make one. These days, of course, you do the website yourself and you'd get a developer involved if there was some particular technical aspects that needed to be dealt with. So too with apps and app development, you have platforms like Bubble.com. Let me just quickly show you that if you haven't seen that already. And that is a low-code tool or no-code tool where you can develop an app, or at least an initial iteration of it, and then connect with developers through the platform, or have someone available to tweak it. And I do have clients who have started the Innovator Founder journey very cost effectively. And they've done that through using platforms like Bubble. There are others, and of course there are different levels of expertise, but that can be a great option. But again, if you're using a low-code or no-code tool and doing things yourself, you will still need to set out the journey for what are your features, what features do you have available now, and what features you're going to have in the future. And the great thing about these kind of platforms is you can use initial templates. Now you might say, well, if there's a template, then is it innovative? Well, of course, there might not necessarily be something technically innovative about the initial iteration of the platform, but it might be that you're supplementing that with additional functions where maybe a developer is involved. But it doesn't make sense to reinvent the wheel for the basics of most platforms. It's very rare that there'll be a platform that you develop where there's absolutely no precedent for it. Typically, there'll need to be certain integrations, and APIs, which are common to many different apps in a particular category. And you can save a lot of time and cost, if we look at the pricing as well, by having the basic app ready and then using a developer who's familiar with the platform. So yeah, just a couple of tips there if you are looking to apply for the Innovator Founder Visa. I've acted for dozens now of innovators, innovators under the old visa regime and now innovator founders, and had a great experience. We have now 8 applications where I've supported people who've gone through the journey with me and got indefinite leave to remain, and more on the way. So they've had a great experience, and I'd be delighted to help you if you do want assistance. Bye for now.